Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training. My name is Tanya Mears, and I am the Acting Director of the Information Technology and Quality Assurance Unit. This morning, we are here to receive a presentation, a donation of devices from the Modern Old Scholars Association and the Louis Lynch A Foundation. It is indeed our pleasure to have you with us, and we look forward to our happy children receiving our donation. I now invite Dr. Charleston Brathwaite, former ambassador to China and a member of the Modern Old Scholars Association, to say a few words. Thank you, Dr. Brathwaite. Dr. Brathwaite?
Thank you very much. Dr. Roderick Rudder, Deputy Chief Education Officer, Mr. Glenn Price, Deputy Chief Education Officer Acting, Tanya Mears, Acting Director of Information Technology and Quality Assurance Unit of the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, other members of the ministry, members of the Modern High School Scholars Association, and President, good morning. Representatives of the Louis Lynch Foundation, let me begin by saying how pleased I am this morning to be here with you in these beautiful surroundings of the Ministry of Education to perform a rather simple task. The simple task of contributing to the education of the children of our country. We do this in the name of Louis Albert Lynch, that distinguished Barbadian who in 1944 established a school that became an important part of the foundation of educational development in our country. A school that became known not only here in Barbados but throughout the world for the graduates who went abroad and made a contribution in lands further afield. And today we celebrate him, and we celebrate his life, because he too believed that education was the foundation of social and economic development of our country. In that regard, we believe that what we do today is to continue his legacy, a legacy of identifying education as a building block to social and economic progress. I firmly believe that the lack of access to technological infrastructure should not be a limiting factor in the education of our children. Our children in this year of the 21st century must have access to all the tools necessary to achieve their lifelong goals. And so in making this presentation today, we seek to contribute to the activities and support that the government is providing to our country to make sure that every child in Barbados has access to adequate education that can promote the economic development of our country and will take us further afield to the next level of our development by helping the young people to realize their dreams. And so I'm here today as a proud graduate of that school to say that we in the association will continue to do all that we can to contribute to educational development in Barbados. And we seek at the same time to ensure that Louis Albert Lynch, who was a pioneer in education in this country, is made a national hero. We believe that this is a mission that is noble and important. And so we are making presentation to the government of Barbados to ensure that Louis Albert Lynch, who gave his life to education in this country and educated a generation of Barbadians of humble beginnings to reach their goals, should be made a national hero. Today, I feel confident in our quest. I feel confident that we will achieve our goal because Louis Lynch touched the lives of many in this country. And so we come today to make a small contribution in line with his vision, the vision that education of our people is fundamental to our social and economic progress. And we shall not allow COVID or anything else to prevent us from achieving that goal. And so, Deputy Chief Education Officer, I now turn the floor over to your ministry to receive this gift in the name of the Modern High School Old Scholars Association and the Louis Lynch Foundation. I thank you for your presence here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Brathwaite. I now invite our Deputy Chief Education Officer, Schools Acting, Mr. Glenn Price, to receive the donation on the behalf of the Ministry of Education. I now invite Dr. Roderick Rudder, Deputy Chief Education Officer, Planning and Development, to say a few words on behalf of the Ministry of Education. Dr. Rudder?
Good morning, everyone. Dr. Charleston Bradford, and President of the Modern High School Old Scholars Association, other distinguished ladies and gentlemen associated with the Modern High School Old Scholars Association and the Louis Lynch Foundation. It is my distinct pleasure this morning on behalf of the Minister of Education, Permanent Secretary, and Chief Education Officer to express sincerest gratitude to the Modern High School Old Scholars Association and the Louis Lynch Foundation for this timely donation of technological devices to assist the government of Barbados and indeed the Ministry of Education in achieving its goal of providing access to all students during this very challenging time in our educational journey. As we all are aware, there are many students who at this stage are having some challenges in terms of meeting their obligations as it relates to facilitating schooling and learning as we speak. But this donation received this morning will go a long way in assisting the Ministry of Education in achieving its goal of ensuring that no child is left behind and that no child will go without having the appropriate technological devices to ensure that they can satisfactorily achieve their educational goals. And therefore, Dr. Bradford and members of the team, I want to say that we will ensure that these devices will be in the hands of those students who need them most, and we will encourage them to make maximum use of the technology to ensure that they too will be able to achieve their educational goals. And with these few words, I want to express sincerest gratitude once again to the Modern High School Old Scholars Association and the Louis Lynch Foundation for your timely contribution to the development of the human capital of this country. Thank you.